January 29th started like any other Thursday in Central Florida. At the Oviedo Cultural Center, Congressman Corey Mills arrived to do what representatives are supposed to do: hold a town hall and face his constituents. But the crowd that met him hadn't come for a conversation. To be clear, the anger in that room didn't come from nowhere. It was palpable, and in many ways, it was understandable. These are citizens who see a world changing in ways they find unjust, driven by policies from the Trump administration that they feel are being met with a lack of congressional oversight. They came to Oviedo because they wanted to be heard. They yelled names that have dominated the headlines this month: Alex Preti, Renee Good, the nurse, and the mother whose lives ended in the crossfire of a new era of enforcement. They screamed about Venezuela, about Maduro being hauled to New York in chains, and the perceived injustices of a system they no longer recognize. But they weren't having a conversation. They were venting a frustration that actually starts much closer to home. The truth is, this isn't just anger at Corey Mills. It's a deep-seated resentment toward their own leadership. When the time came for a real choice, the Democratic Party denied them one. They were forced to march behind a candidate they knew was fading, and when that reality became impossible to ignore after the debates, they were bypassed again. They weren't given a primary. They were given a directive. They were handed a candidate the general public saw as ill-prepared and foolish, someone who, in 107 days, couldn't find her footing. And that is exactly how a flawed candidate like Donald Trump became president. Their rage in this room wasn't just about the man at the podium. It was the sound of a people realizing they had been disenfranchised by the very party that claims to represent them.